The 7 laws of wealth that will make you rich. It seems like the world we live in, everybody is obsessed with more money. It's ironic because money and wealth are not the same things. Having a lot of money does not make you wealthy. We are going to explore some of the laws of wealth. The laws of money are all about physical action steps that you can take to organize money and investments. These are all good and highly recommended, but there is something beyond all that. Money is an idea. It is an energy and has nothing to do with dollar bills. Dollar bills only represent money and wealth. True wealth is where you feel abundant. It is when you are free from money worries and have everything you want to live a rich life. That is a life full of rich experiences filled with lots of love and joy. A lot of people have a lot of money, but they are always worried, unhappy and stressed. That is not wealth. The laws of wealth are laws around creating true abundance in your life. When you are wealthy and abundant, you usually attract a lot of money, but that is not always the case. If you are someone who seeks to have more money, I would urge you to change your mindset. Chasing more money will never bring you more money. You need to seek abundance. When you become abundant and wealthy, then money will chase you. I hope this will make more sense as we explore the 7 laws of abundance. The law of abundance: we live in an abundant universe. There is more than enough for everyone. This abundance is your birthright and you have complete and total access to it. This abundance is not reserved for some and kept away from others. Everyone has an equal right to this abundance. What is abundance? It is having more than enough of everything you need. So many of us grew up with a multitude of ideas and beliefs that contradict this. We've been taught not to be wasteful and to conserve the little that we do have. This is not abundance. An abundance mindset is about spending and sharing freely because you know that everything comes from an unlimited supply. Like Bob Proctor said, when you are drawing from the infinite, you can never take more than your share. Abundance is everywhere and we all have access to an unlimited supply. The real question is whether you are connected or not. With an abundance consciousness, you are connected to this infinite source of supply. The law of abundance is the overriding law in all the laws of wealth. Until and unless you understand and believe that there is more than enough for everyone, you will not be truly wealthy. You having more does not mean taking away from anyone else. If someone else gains a lot, it does not mean that the pool gets smaller for you to get your share. Think about it this way: a candle loses nothing by lighting another candle. The law of correspondence: your outer world is a reflection of your inner world and corresponds with your dominant patterns of thinking. This idea comes back to the law of attraction and how your thinking creates your reality. You can never attract abundance if your thoughts are on lack and limitation. So many people are drawn to the law of attraction to attract more money, and this is where they get stuck. Unless you change your thoughts and beliefs about money, nothing will change. You cannot attract abundance with a poverty consciousness. It may sound counterintuitive, but if you want to change your outer world, you must change your inner world. Most people go to work and work really hard trying to change the outer world of their lives. It is like fighting fire with fire. Focus on your inner world and rely heavily upon the law of attraction and the real power of your mind. If you study wealth and wealthy people, you will see that it is never about what they do, but rather what they are. That is the real determining factor for creating wealth and abundance. It seems logical to work yourself out of difficult situations financially, for instance, but that is not productive, unless you work yourself out of the thoughts that got you there in the first place. Reprogramming your thoughts and beliefs about money can be some of the hardest work you will ever do. Money can have a lot of emotional attachment for most of us, and unlearning some of these thoughts and beliefs is the key to creating wealth and abundance in your life. The law of exchange: money is an interesting topic from a historical point of view. It is also a fairly new concept because for hundreds of years the world operated without money. Everything was done through an exchange, and now money is simply there as a symbol of value. Instead of exchanging goods or services for other goods or services, we use money. While this is interesting to know, there is a fundamental lesson in this law of exchange. Money is simply a measure of the value that people place on goods and services. So how does this apply to creating more wealth and abundance in your life? People pay you for your goods or services, right? How much they pay you is a factor of what value you place on your goods and services. In almost any occupation, there are people earning millions while others doing the exact same thing are struggling to make ends meet. Some musicians are earning millions while others are busking just to buy lunch. Some personal trainers work for minimum wage while others train celebrities for thousands of dollars per hour. What's the difference? It comes down to the law of exchange. What value do you place on yourself? What value do you place on what you do for others? By simply deciding that you are going to be more valuable, you invoke this law. Start today by deciding that you are going to become more valuable in what you do. Get better at what you do. Offer more, do it with more love. Fulfill other people's needs in a more caring and thoughtful way. No matter what you do, you can always do it better and serve others in a more thoughtful, compassionate and loving way. This is how you increase your value and how you will automatically start earning more. Parkinson's law. Most of us never got a financial education. We went to school and learned about math, but learning about money and money management is something unique. Parkinson's law is interesting because it reflects most people's attitude towards money. The law states that expenses rise to meet income. What does this mean? It basically means that most people spend everything they have and a little extra. Credit card debt in most Western countries is out of control, and Parkinson's law explains why. The real problem with this is that when you are always in the red, it creates a fear around money. It is very hard to create financial abundance from a place of fear. You need to violate this law if you are going to create wealth for yourself. I have no advice for you regarding the technicalities of financial planning, EC. I want you to get out of the red, because when you do, it is much easier to create your financial future using the law of attraction. If you have a fear around money, then you will only keep attracting more of that. You have to break these thoughts, and an easy way is to stop spending more than you have. Being in debt has the ability to hang over you and be in the back of your mind constantly. Law of attraction states that you do not attract what you want, but rather you attract what your dominant thoughts are about. If your dominant thoughts are on debt, fear and worry about money, then that is the only thing you can attract more of. When you create a plan to get out of debt and you start thinking about abundance and accumulating money, it is a completely different thought system. Out of all the laws of money, this is the most practical and something that you can take control of. The law of accelerating acceleration. The faster you move toward financial freedom, the faster it moves toward you. You need to understand that whatever you want also wants you. Your innermost desires do not come from your conscious mind. If you are reading this and you want financial freedom and live in wealth and abundance, then you should know that at some level wealth and abundance is seeking you too. This may sound a bit strange, but when you start connecting with wealth, you will see how the law of accelerated acceleration kicks in. It works on many different levels. Of course, there is the fact that it is easier to make money if you have money. You can invest more money and time into things that make more money. That is logical and works on the physical level. What is far more significant is how this works to change your beliefs. When this starts working in your life, you start changing your beliefs. When you start attracting wealth into your life, you start believing that it is possible for you. As you start believing, you start shedding your old limiting beliefs, and this allows more to come to you. As more starts coming to you, you start believing more, and this cycle keeps repeating. You can be in the worst financial situation imaginable and within a very short time turn things around. Not by winning the lottery, but by using the law of accelerating acceleration. It starts by you moving towards wealth and abundance in your mind. You get your thoughts out of all fear and worry around money and start focusing on prosperity. It can be hard when everything around you points to lack and limitation, but the only way you can move towards wealth is in your mind. When you start moving towards wealth in your mind through visualization, setting new intentions, meditating and wiping out your poverty consciousness, everything changes. It has the ability to snowball and quickly accelerate. The law of money magnetism. What is your relationship to money? You may never have thought of money that way, but one of the laws of wealth is around this idea of money relationships. We all know people who are magnetic. They just draw others to them, and it feels so good to be around them that everyone wants a piece of them. You want your relationship to money to be like this. You want money to be drawn to you by the way you are with money. The law of money magnetism states that the more money you allow to flow through you, the more you will attract to you. A good analogy is with electricity. You can screw a 5-watt light bulb into the ceiling and it will draw a small current and produce a small amount of light. You can also screw a 200-watt bulb into the exact same light. It will draw a big current and produce a lot of light. What are you magnetized to? How much do you allow to flow through your life? Most of us have been taught to save and hoard money. While saving is an important financial strategy, hoarding is a mindset. Keeping all your money safely locked up is not how you create financial abundance. People who have financial abundance allow money to flow freely through their lives. They share their abundance freely. When money flows out, it creates a vacuum in their lives that quickly gets replenished. This process of money flowing freely through their lives is also increasing their capacity. There is an ocean of abundance. You can go to it with an eyedropper and collect some for yourself. Or you can lay a pipeline and let it flow freely to you. The law of giving logic dictates that if you have $100 and you give away $50, then you only have $50 left. Pretty simple math and a pretty simple lesson to hold on to your $100, right? What if I told you that giving away that $100 can bring you back $300, $500, or even $1,000? Would you give it away then? You probably would, but you would probably also want a guarantee. This is how most of us are wired. The law of giving is all about allowing abundance to flow through you. Remember our example of the light bulb? This is how you increase your capacity for abundance to flow to you. The law of giving states that you will receive what you give multiplied, but only if you give with sincerity. You cannot fool this law, which is why I feel that people waste their money on Sunday mornings in church. They give because they feel like they have to. Giving away money may be part of it, but that is not what the law of giving is about. It's about giving of yourself. Your time, your energy, your unique skills, your love. Giving these things with a sincere heart is like sending out a big wave or energy. Like the ocean, it will come back to you, usually much bigger and stronger. When you start living your life with this attitude of always wanting to give to others, even if it's just a small kindness, then you truly start becoming abundant. The giving of money is something that gets a lot of people tripped up. We tend to think that we work hard for our money and don't want loafers to get a free ride. This is not an abundance mindset. You want to allow money to flow freely to you and through you, and the more give away, the more can flow to you. When you do give of your money, it also does something interesting to your mind and your beliefs. You teach your mind that you have enough to give away, and your beliefs about lack and limitation will start changing. Giving and receiving are two sides of the same coin. You cannot receive without giving, but more importantly, you cannot give without receiving.